Page 27, Tomcat Howl. I look it over, it's a page long. Treble bass clef, 4/4 time signature now. I see half notes, whole notes, quarter notes, and a bunch of flats and sharps. Oh, that's interesting. And we're moving around a little bit. So the right hand, let's just talk right hand first. We have a D and an E together, and they're whole notes. You play them at the same time. You don't play them at the same time because they're whole notes. You play them at the same time because they both come on the beat one, and that's why. But there's a flat sign. Now we have to be careful when we get two notes this close together and they put flats or sharps in front of one of them. You got to make sure which note is flat or sharp. Here, you see the little flat sign right at the bottom of the flat, in the circle part of the flat sign. There's a line going through that. That's telling you that the flat is on the line, so the note on the line is flatted. Here it's an E. So you're going to flat the E. So you have a D and an E flat. Oh, good Lord. What's a tomcat doing? And you play that and hold it down. It's tied. If you look, it's tied all the way to the end of measure 9. So you're just going to hold it down. And both notes have to be tied. Because if they didn't put those curved lines on both notes, then whatever note didn't get tied, you'd play that one again while holding the other one down. And we'll get there eventually. But here, you're just going to play that and hold it down for almost the whole piece. And then the last line, now we got 3 notes. You have a C, a D, and an E. And again, the flat sign is in front of the E, so we'll do the E flat here. All we did is we added a C to it. And they say, listen to the sound. Oh, isn't that nice? How can you not listen to that mess? And then that's tied for 3 measures with a fermato, which means you're going to hang on to that even longer. It gets better and better, don't it? That's okay. Left hand, you're starting here, and that puts you in this position. You don't need these other finger numbers. Read the notes, not the finger numbers. I'll do the staccatos later. 1, 2, no, third finger's on E, so I'm going to use it on E flat. So 2, 3, 4. F sharp. Well, 2's on F, so I use it on sharp. Rest. And they have move there. That's telling you to move. Or sometimes they say prepare. But here they're telling you move. That's not part of the music. That you don't get those words in the music. You just have to figure out you got to move based on what the notes are doing. And the notes are written here, but it has an 8/8 under the staff. Remember the rules for 8/8. If it's above the staff, you go up. If it's below the staff, you go down. And it only applies to the staff it's next to. So here, during the rest, you come down here and do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Okay, all of this is the 8/8 now. And then the last note, they're telling you, play the lowest C you got. There. Well, let's experiment here. We got all these ledger lines in that last measure. What's that about? Figure it out. I mean, they're telling you what it is, but let's pretend they didn't tell you what it is. You got to figure it out. You should know 2 ledger lines below is C. Remember, C's are symmetrical. C's here. That's 2 ledger lines. 3 ledger lines, every other note. 4, 5, and that's right under the 5th is there. So it's a C. And if they didn't put it in there, then I would take a pencil and write in the name of the note. Because I can't look at all those ledger lines and instantly know how many there are. I get confused. I can see up to 3, okay, and I know how many there are. More than that, So I figure it out. I write in the name of the note, so I have to do it again. But we already know it's a C. They're telling us that. You can use any finger you want to play it. It doesn't matter. They're saying third. That's nice. So whatever. It doesn't matter. Pick a finger and play it. So we put the hands together. Well, the right hand didn't do it much here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. That's basically what we're doing. Then once I get the notes and rhythms all worked out, then I'll go back through and make sure there's no hesitations. I'll go slow if I have to, but no hesitations. And then I add the articulation. And this is the staccato. And here we're slow enough, we're going to be on the key and we're going to bounce off each time. Boom. Here. hand is all staccato. Even that last note is staccato. It won't sound staccato. That's not very short like that. It's just the way the piano works. It takes more time for these low notes to stop sounding than it does the high notes, but you play it staccato and just wait for it to finish. Now once I do the articulation, then I add the dynamics. This has to be loud because you're going to hold it down for the whole piece. Now this is soft, light. Get the idea? And then measure 10, loud again. And you get to hold that down for a while, and that's wonderful. You just gotta love it. And they say hold it down until it's completely stopped. Well, depending on your piano, that can take a while. But once it's down, as far as I'm concerned, down pretty low, then go ahead and do the last one at loud. And why is the last one loud? Well, because when they give you a dynamic, that applies until they give you something else. They give you a loud on measure 10. That's it. So the rest of the piece is loud. Wherever, it doesn't matter which hand is playing, it's loud. You see, at the beginning, they give you a loud, and then they give you a soft. Well, you're holding the right hand down, so you're stuck there. There's nothing you can do, but now you're going to play it soft. So that's the way dynamics work. Now, speed. Well, mysterious. The idea is this left hand, you have a cat kind of prowling around. This is real slow. Cats can go slow, but then the second line. How fast do you want that to be mysterious? You decide on a speed for that, and that's your speed for the whole thing. That's it. I'm not sure what happened at the end with the cat on that, but whatever. Let's play it together slowly and check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics. We're not performing it, just notes and rhythms. And that fermata on measure 12, I'm going to hold that. I'm going to double it. I'm going to hold it 8 counts. That last whole note, 8 counts. 4 additional counts is what it is. And then play the last note. If you have a short keyboard and you don't have that last note, you just play the lowest C you have. That's good enough. 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3. Rest, 2, 3, 4, tie, 2, 3, 4, tie, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, rest, 3, 4.